Alright guys, it's time to talk about SEI for the first time on the channel since April 12th, guys. That was actually this breakout right here. And if I go back, you can see this breakout. This was a much longer trend line holding down the price. Now, we did have this local trend line basically, this local resistance, we can say, holding down the price since about 11th or 10th of May, we can say. Now, that extends back about a month and a half when we finally have broken this resistance. It's one of the few cryptos right now that is actually looking pretty good. So yesterday it did break this resistance. We did have kind of a fake out back on the 10th and 11th of June here. And yeah, we are getting a little bit of downward pressure right now. However, that is due to the news about Iran at the moment. So everything is kind of going down at the moment, but SEI is still up about 5 or 6% right now. So that actually isn't too bad. So let's take a look at the volume. I want to see the visible range here. And I want to put this on a weekly time frame and zoom out here. Let's try to get the full chart in this. And there we go. Okay. So it is a little bit hard to see, but we are sitting right here, guys, where my cursor is. Now, we are still below the point of control. We are just getting to this bigger candlestick. And basically, we need to get above about 29 cents, and then the volume really drops off. So, yeah, right now, SEI has a lot of work to do. However, you can see it is making higher lows very slowly, of course. Keep in mind this is the weekly time frame. So yeah, you had the low down here. Now you have this little bit higher low. So, you know, it's just basically stair-stepping up. But now looking at the Bollinger Bands, guys, you can see this is about as thin as it's ever been. It's basically almost pinching together. I do think if it pinches in a little bit more, you're going to see this pop up, guys. Now, on the weekly time frame, it's actually just never been so narrow. You can see this whole history here. This was as narrow as it ever was before right now. So I do believe it is about to get a pop here, at least on the weekly time frame. Daily time frame, let's kind of zoom out here. Now, this is pretty much consistent with almost as wide as it's ever been. It's not really pinching together as you see over here. So, you know, in my opinion, the weekly time frame looks pretty good when it comes to the Bollinger Bands. This is kind of flat though, but this is coming down. So let's see if it can pinch in just a little bit more now. Now, looking at the RSI, guys, you can see here that basically this is slightly turned to the upside here on the Stoke on a weekly time frame. Also, the RSI is turned to the upside, so that actually looks pretty good. Daily time frame, it is just getting into this overbought region, guys, on the Stoke, and the RSI is slightly pointed up. So, you know, let's see, we can go back. This does have a little bit more room to run. As you can see, it can run up to about 100, guys. Right now, sitting at about 82. So let's see what happens. I do think it will run up a little bit more, honestly, at least on a daily time frame. Now, the 4-hour is coming down. It's just getting out of the overbought territory here, but it still is pointed heavily to the downside. The RSI just got out of the overbought territory as well and pointed, you know, pretty heavily to the downside too. Now, the 1-hour time frame actually is oversold here on the stochastic RSI, and the RSI is pointed down, but it's in neutral territory. It's right in the middle, guys. Now, 15-minute time frame, really low time frame, overbought here on the stochastic. Now the RSI is also coming down, so that's not too good. So kind of a mixed bag here. You know, 1-hour looks pretty good. 4-hour, not so good. Daily, yeah, pointed up, that looks okay. But just getting into the overbought region, and the weekly looks pretty good. So I think on longer term time frames, this is going to do very well. It may have a little bit of a cool down here in the short term, just because we have more mixed signals. Now let's look at the 4-hour real quick here, expanded. So what I think might happen here, if we just look at this, I think SEI can actually come down, retest this trend line, see if this is support. If it's not, then we probably lose it, come back down, and you have this 15.31 cent mark that, you know, it should hold up the price. Now taking a quick look at the MACD also, guys, here, this is actually pretty low, about as low as it's ever been here, at least on a weekly time frame. It does have some green candles. Actually, this green candle is dark green. The last several, though, before that were light green. So you can see that, you know, it looks like it's about to get more bigger green candles, possibly something like this. So let's see what happens now. Daily time frame, let me kind of zoom out here. Still fairly low. It is below the neutral point, basically. And yeah, I mean, this can run up to, you know, a local high here was 0.06. If we go back into the full history, yeah, you have a lot higher too. You can go up to about 0.12. So it still has a long way it can go. It is pointed to the upside, just starting to make some green candles as well. So yeah, MACD, in my opinion, looks pretty good as well. Now, SEI, guys, is a top 100 coin. Basically, it's number 85, so we can say top 85, really. So that's not too bad, guys. Now, if we take a look at the total supply, it's 10 billion. There is no max supply. I don't know why. They didn't put anything here like it's infinite or whatever. Circulating is a little bit more than half of what's been, you know, basically created. Now, let's go down here. The all-time high was $1.14. So it's about 82%, you know, pump to where it needs to be at the all-time high. You know, when it's down 82%, it's going to be hard to get back to the all-time high, I believe, for SEI, but this could be an exception. You know, it's a newer project, and I do believe a lot of people are looking at this project very seriously. And I think this is one that a lot of people are going to pick up, especially when altcoins get going again. So all-time low, 9 cents. So if you got it about a year ago, guys, congratulations. I wish I would have picked it up there too. But, you know, it only has to go down another 10 cents and it's there. So if we don't see some action soon, guys, we might be hitting this all-time low once again. But, you know, I hope not, guys. Now, before I go a little bit farther in this video, guys, I do want to say you can claim some bonuses on some of my favorite crypto exchanges below. I do have, you know, partnerships with Bitget, MEXC, BingX, Blowfin, BitUnix, Bitrue, WeX, BTSE, and BTCC. And you can also check out Moodix here in the description, guys. Now, jumping to Bitcoin real quick, guys, we are having a pretty bad day. And, you know, the day was actually looking pretty good. We were up at 106,500. And since then, we've gotten the rejection. So we find ourselves moving down. We do have a weekly support here at 102,600, let's say. Also, not far below that, we have a daily support. So it looks like this has supported us so far. Let's see if we can get that bounce now, start moving back up. You know, maybe this ends up a wick, basically. But yeah, the news from Iran is really affecting the price today. Now, when it comes to Ethereum, guys, it is actually looking worse than Bitcoin at the moment. It has actually broken down from this flag. And let's see if we can get a bounce. I would like to at least get back up to about 2450. That would mean we stay inside of this flag. But, you know, we did lose this 2506 support. You can see how many times this actually supported us. So yeah, guys, the more we hit that, of course, you know, the more likely we are to break down. But yeah, unfortunately, we find ourselves right here. And we do have support at 2356 if we do break down. And we do have this trend line. This is a long-term trend line, guys. This goes back several years. So that also will become support. So it is pretty strong support below, but I just don't want to see that, you know, hold us up. I would like to get a little bit of a bounce here. So let's see how strong Ethereum is. And, you know, it is getting into the weekend, and there's going to be a little bit lower volume. So if we don't, you know, pick it up before the next, like 4 or 5 hours, we could be in trouble for the weekend. Now, when it comes to the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, guys, we have gotten a bounce off this 1.08 trillion mark. We did find resistance, though, at 1.14 trillion today. So we've been sandwiched exactly between these two lines, and we pretty much have an equal wick right now on both sides. But let's see if we can pick this back up a little bit later. Now, dominance, guys. This is not looking good. We're almost at the local high here. This would be at about 65.36, and we're sitting at 65.14. So this, like I said, guys, it doesn't look good still. I'm still thinking there's going to be a little bit more upside for the dominance, unfortunately. And, we have to be patient, us altcoin holders. Now, dominance, guys, for USDT is still going up, it looks like, just like the BTC dominance. Almost 5%, are holding USDT. So, or that's the, ratio basically compared to all other cryptos. Basically almost 5% is held in USDT right now. So people are not spending their USDT, but that's what we need them to do. Now, as to the dollar index, guys, it is getting a slight green candle, but basically we're just consolidating, I would say here. Now, the altcoin season index is at a 16. This actually went down quite a bit because, just recently we had a big fall with Bitcoin, and altcoins fell a little bit more. Now, liquidation heat map, I'm actually surprised this isn't more, higher, a number. I was expecting maybe even a billion. Or close to a billion, maybe 800-900 million. But yeah, it's still under 500 million. Still bad, but not that bad. Now, the fear and greed is sitting at a 54, so we did cool down from yesterday just slightly, guys. The bull market peak indicators, guys, still, this is why I'm holding out hope. And I keep saying this, but it's still 0 from 30 have been hit. It's still 100% hold, so there really is no reason to panic right now yet, guys. This is why I am holding my altcoins. Now, the Pi Cycle Top Indicator, yes, the orange line is coming up. It's trying to catch this green line, but this green line looks like it wants to outrun it to the upside. So that means it will never cross. Now, next week on the economic calendar, guys, there is a lot going on. So I'm just going to go through Sunday and Monday right now. But Sunday, FOMC member Daly is speaking. Now, this is on Czech time in the Czech Republic here in Central Europe. So yeah, on Sunday he is speaking. Now, on Monday we do have some PMI numbers. We got several speakers here, and that's pretty much it. When it comes to economic data for Monday. But the rest of the week is packed. But I just don't want to go through the whole economic calendar. There's just too much stuff. Now, MEXC is actually still showing sentiment is still risk on. The trend is growing. Today is still a positive day, guys. And the year also is positive now. I know this was red, I think, yesterday. But pretty much everything across the board is green. Now, if we go down to MEXC here, the topic, impact heat map, Iran is actually positive news right now. So we're getting a lot of positive news from it at the moment. And the last couple of pieces of news you can see here, they're actually positive. They're small positives, but they're still positive, guys. So yeah, I mean, we have had a lot of news today. It's really hard to talk about it all, but this topic is positive. Now, looking at FedWatch tools, guys, 85.5% chance that we don't get a cut. This has actually gone up, though. 14.5% believe now we're going to get a cut. I think it was about 10% yesterday or something like this, or 8%. So yeah, it is coming up. Now, Trueflation is showing 2.14% inflation, so it's still pretty good. Most of this inflation has taken place just because of the oil prices. Crypto bubbles, you can see here, guys, not so good today. A few things are in the green. Now, SEI, that's why I'm doing the video, is in the green at the moment. GT actually has come up quite a bit today, so that's good. I do have a lot of GT, and it has really fallen lately. Now, if you want to stake your SEI, guys, go to Coinondo, look at some of the deals. There's 20 deals found. For me personally, I'm looking for flexible, and you don't want to get trapped in something like 360 days. Be aware of the limits too, guys. And anyways, do your homework before you start sending coins around, just period. Now, if you like this video, guys, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Guys, like I said, check out some of those exchange partnerships as well. And I will see you guys in the next one.